Good evening, everyone. Hi. Um, Welcome to our spring piano recital. It's so good to see all of you here. We're going to begin, and I wanted to just welcome all of you here at St. Andrews and also everybody on YouTube Live that might be watching from afar. Of course, because of COVID, we had to keep our numbers small for this recital, and so I understand that there are family and friends all over the country that are joining us virtually tonight. So I want to thank you all again for coming, and I also want to thank my daughter Noelle Kelly, who's running the video and sound for us tonight and running the live stream. I also want to thank Father Greg Morris and our parish administrator, Delana Moat, for helping us with this event. I should introduce myself. My name is Louise Kelly. I am the piano teacher at LMK Studios and your host for this event tonight. Tonight, you're going to be hearing piano students of LMK Studios. There are more students of this piano studio that couldn't be with us tonight. Teaching remotely this past year has drawn students from all over the country to this community piano studio. So of course the people in California and Wisconsin won't be joining us tonight at this recital. But tonight you will be hearing from our students in the Chicagoland area, and you're going to be hearing from about 23 local musicians ages 6 through 15, many who've been studying piano remotely, and some of you I just met today for the first time in person. And I've just been meeting with you over Zoom. So this is a really special night. I'm so glad you all could be here to join in the fun. Again, tonight's the first recital that we've had together in person since December of 2019. So we've had a couple over Zoom together, as you can remember. And I'm just delighted that we could have this time together. I'm also delighted to have a front seat to watch all of you students grow on piano over this very interesting 2020 that we had together in the beginning of 2021. I'm even more delighted that you would join this event tonight to share your music, because music's kind of like food. It's better when it's shared. So tonight is really a celebration of your dedication to piano, your hard work, and sharing with everybody else some beautiful music. So without further ado, actually, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Students, unlike our recitals in the past, I am going to announce your names. So when I announce your name, I'm going to also read what songs you're going to be playing. Once I say your name, you're welcome to make your way up to the piano. So now we begin with our first performer, Nate Patton, who sounds like it's live. Good. We begin with our first performer, Nate Patton, who's going to be playing some music from Faber and Faber. His songs are The Bubble and The Rain Dance. Thank you, Nate. Our next performer is Thomas Mountain, and he's going to be playing Lunar Eclipse, another Faber and Faber song, and Yakety Yak by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stroller. Thank you, Thomas. Our next performer is Morgan Schlang, and she's going to play Grandmother, and then she's also going to play Wind in the Trees by Claudette Huddleston. Thank you, Morgan. Our next performer is homesick, so she couldn't be here, but we miss you, Simran. I think she's watching. So Simran, we wish you were here with us. So actually, we're skipping ahead to the next performer, Megan Mcsweeney, and she's going to play 2 songs from the Faber and Faber book, Rain, Rain, Go Away, as well as Firefly. Thank you, Megan. Our next performer is Eden Cohen, and she is going to be playing marching band, as well as Rain Song. 2 songs, or 1 song from Faber and Faber, and another one from Claudette Heddleson. Come on up, Eden. You're going to do marching band first, right? I want to warn you students that when you come up to the piano, you'll see my laptop and you'll see YouTube live. So you'll see yourself. So kind of get ready for that. Since we're streaming the recital, you're going to see that there's a camera on you right by the piano. No pressure. Okay. Olive Cohen is going to be playing for us next. Mary's Rockin' Pets, which sounds a lot like Mary Had a Little Lamb, and Raccoon Lullaby. All right. For some of us, including Olive, that was Olive's first piano recital. So how many of you is this your first in-person piano recital? I'm just curious. Can you raise your hand? Wow. So a lot of us are newbies here. So I admire all of you that just raised your hand for having this new experience and taking a risk like that. Great work. Okay, so now we're going to invite Gwen Lihotsky up. Gwen's going to play Allegro for us, and then she's going to be joined by one of her classmates, Nora Dunbar, to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So come on up, Gwen. Nora Dunbar is going to join Gwen, and they're going to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star together. And after that, Nora's going to play a song called Kids Following the Leader. Thank you, Nora. Thank you, Gwen. Brooklyn Smith will be playing for us Spanish guitar and Pop Goes the Weasel. And both of these songs are also from Faber and Faber, which I've mentioned a bunch. Faber and Faber is just a husband and wife that make piano music together, and most of our piano curriculum is made by them. So if I don't say a composer, it's Faber and Faber. All right, Brooklyn. Thank you, Brooklyn. Our next performer is Molly Clark, and Molly is going to play for us Forest Drums, and she's also going to play Peter, Peter, Pumpkin Eater. And we've had many great discussions about why Peter was eating those pumpkins. Okay. Thank you, Molly. Samantha Stapleton will be playing for us I've Got Music, and then she'll also play a song called Russian Dance by Alexander Godicki. Thank you, Samantha. Our next performer is Rebecca Rodek, and she will be performing for us Sincerity by Bergmuller and Arioso by Scarlatti. Thank you, Rebecca. Our next performer is Shane Cohen, and he's going to play Calico Cat by Helen Marlace and Leftover Popcorn. Thank you, Shane. Our next performer is Daphne Nelson, and she's going to be playing one song by herself. Come on up, Daphne. She's going to be playing Kites in the Sky, and then she'll be joined by her dad, Chris Nelson, on her second song, For the Beauty of the Earth. Thank you, Daphne. Evelyn Phillips will be playing for us On a Greek Island by Mark Rosinski and a song by Alexander Godicki. Thank you, Evie. Our next performer is Andrew Durbus, and he's going to play Ecosace by Beethoven and The Chase by Bergmuller. Thank you, Andrew. Our next performer is Henry Pennycoff, and he'll be playing Dancing Master by Daniel Turk and a little song by Dmitry Kabalevsky. Thank you, Henry. Our next performer is Lily Lavia, and she will be playing Jumpin' Jazz Cat and Firefly Waltz by Martha Meir. Thank you, Lily. Our next performer is Brennan Hardy. He's going to play Ballade by Bergmüller and Minuet in G Major by Bach. Thank you, Brennan. Our next performer is Keegan Cho. Keegan's going to play for us Tarantella by Bergmüller and The Wild Horseman by Robert Schumann. Thank you, Keegan. Before I invite up our final performer tonight, I just want to make a couple of announcements, and I'd also like to acknowledge all those students this year who competed in the Downers Grove Music Club Piano Festival. So I marked you in the program. I wonder if you could just stand when I call your name. Nate Patton, Thomas Mountain, Samantha Stapleton, Rebecca Rodek, Evie Phillips, Henry Pennycoff, Keegan Cho, Kylie Smith. Did I miss anybody? If I missed you, stand up, but only if you participated in this festival. All those who are standing, they participated in this music club piano festival that has a long history in this community. What they did is they recorded 2 very challenging pieces. They recorded themselves playing scales and cadences, and they submitted their recordings to a panel of judges who gave them feedback and then selected a few performers from the mix to perform in an honors recital. So I would just like to give you all a hand for going the extra mile with this. Okay, and everyone can sit down except for Kylie and Keegan. I'd also like to acknowledge one more person who was, actually, Noelle, stand up. Noelle was also in the music club too. She performed, and then also one other person too who's not here. She lives in Wisconsin, Evie Vidrio. Let's give them a hand as well. Sorry, I almost forgot you, but I didn't. So Keegan and Kylie's performances, they scored very high in their festival entry, along with Evie Vidrio, one of our students who lives in Wisconsin. And they were selected to participate in an honors recital, which is really a big honor because normally this music festival is just for people in Downers Grove, but this year was opened up to people all over the world. And so let's give another hand for Keegan and Kylie and Evie. Okay, now you can sit down. Okay, thank you. All right, 2 more announcements before our final performer. One is about St. Andrews in general. So for those of us who are with us on YouTube Live, we're recording this at St. Andrews Episcopal Church in Downers Grove. Maybe you noticed a garden in our parking lot. It's called the Good News Garden, and it's kind of a community garden where we're growing food for people in this community in Downers Grove who suffer from food insecurity. So basically, people in the community, not just people who go to this church, sign up through our church website to tend the garden, to weed and harvest, and then we take our harvest to the library down the street where they distribute it to people who need it. So you can go to St. Andrews' website. You can sign up if you're interested in, as a family, tending the garden for 1 week this summer. One more announcement. Before this era of COVID-19 social distancing, we used to have piano lessons here at this church, but in a venue space called Upstairs at St. Andrews. So who remembers that? It was so long ago. Anybody remember being upstairs here? Yeah. Okay, good. Thanks. Some of us do. Okay, so now that things are opening up again somewhat, we're going to be reintroducing it as like an events space. So I would like to just let you know we're going to be having a meditation workshop for teens this summer, June or July 22nd, and all teenagers are invited. And there's going to be this really amazing musician and meditation teacher that's going to kind of walk us through the basics of meditation and guide us through and make it like appropriate for teenagers who are in high school. So, so you're invited to that. Speaking of teenagers, there's one performer left, Kylie Smith, that we need to hear. And she's going to be playing for us Always Remember Us This Way from A Star Is Born. And she'll be closing out her recital with a song called To Fly Like an Eagle. Thank you, Kylie. Thank you to all performers. Let's give them one more hand, everybody. Great job tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at the next recital. Enjoy your evenings. Goodbye.